Scanning, synchronizing, stabilizing. Engaged.
Good morning, everybody. This is K-Rev with Kouch, and brought to you by Standard Magazine, the voice of the culture and the oxygen to the entrepreneur, and also KR3 & Co. Enterprises, where they have businesses grow and grow securely. It's an awesome opportunity to be here, and I'm so thankful to be available today for the people of the world, people of the great creator. I really appreciate you tuning in. I really appreciate you being available today. Listen, never go any morning without being grateful and thankful, and also knowing that you have purpose, and also knowing that you are an amazing being. So know that you have meaning for being here, reasons for being here. If you can transfer yourself from one room to the next, listen, I want you to understand that it is purposeful, and it is a gift of life. Never allow yourself to, succumb to what someone may try to label you as. What did God say you are? Who do you say you are? You have meaning, you have purpose, and life is very important. It's important to know that you have your own race to run, and you need no one to validate you. You are enough. So today, on every Thursday, we're talking to the great Dr. LaTronica Fisher. She's having a lot going on, a lot of things happening, a lot of great situations that are happening in her business. And, Road to Wellness is an awesome, awesome company. She's an awesome doctor, and she's here to talk to us a bit every week to help keep our health in line and in check. So, listen, sit back. You got questions, download them. You got questions, DM us, kind of see where we are, what's going on. You guys are amazing. I'm so happy to be here today on Thursday. I am thankful. Next week is Thanksgiving. Can you believe that? Thanksgiving is next week. This year has flew by. So this is a thankful time. And if you are here and you can breathe, it's the biggest thing. People ask me, Carrie, how you doing? Listen, if I can breathe, nothing else matters. If I can breathe, that means I'm moving. If I can breathe, that means I'm living, and I'm walking, and I'm just excited about life. I'm very enthused about life. I took upon this challenge of being 30 days of enthusiasm, 30 days of no negativity. So listen, it's been paying off. There's a lot of things that tried to come up to try to qualify my charge to myself, but I'm not letting anything in negative, and I'm so happy how I'm feeling over the past, I think this day 7. And so I'm just definitely excited about that. So listen, charge yourself, challenge yourself. You are your biggest opponent. So don't let anything stop you. So listen, after we come in, our great introductory music, I want you guys to know we'll be bringing in none other than Dr. Fisher. Listen, it is happening on the couch, Kay's couch.
Throughout life, one may feel he or she hasn't been heard, seen, or no one is listening. However, look up, don't fret. There is a place for you.
Processing.
Greetings.
Access granted.
Welcome to the couch, Kay's couch.
It does not say whether you're bad or good, but it is a measurement.
Every single time you go to that bathroom and you got a stream of urine flowing out, you need to be saying, praise God.
Wow.
Because that's a sign that your kidney is getting better.
Like during that time when it was a fraction of a penny, and then you held it until today, you're a multi-millionaire.
Great. And as a result of this next conference, I am going to have a number of events following the conference.
Okay, I got you.
Nobody else, but willing to open the book.
To get this knowledge that you have, you gave up a lot of personal time with family.
It's less than $40 for both.
Wow.
And I have it in a variety of colors.
I take every moment as is. I've learned to be where my feet are.
Doctor, how you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Listen, like I
It's
said,
Thursday and it's moving fast, right? I know. I heard you talk about it. It's like, oh no, next week is Thanksgiving. I
Thanksgiving.
know it goes
It,
so fast,
it
so
goes it
fast.
goes
But
very
this
fast.
this should be a really good, nice, thankful, grateful Thanksgiving, because last year, we couldn't really connect the way we wanted to. So
Right,
things are a little bit better this year.
right.
So I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving, although it's not probably in my family going to be as big as it used to be, because
Mhm.
generally there's probably about 100 or 200 of us that get
Wow,
together every year, my
wow,
family, and we have such a huge spread. And of
wow.
course, with COVID, all that kind of dissipated. So now it'll just be my immediate family, but it'll be
Okay.
nice.
Oh, nice nonetheless. That sound, man,
Yes.
200 people? Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Sounds like
yeah.
a family reunion.
Yeah, that's kind of how Thanksgiving is. It's kind of like a family reunion.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
amazing. That's
yeah.
amazing. Like anybody asks me, like I said, if you ask me how I'm doing, long as I'm breathing, I'm good. Long as I'm
Yeah.
breathing, right now, that is the title or the embarkment of life right now. I just have to breathe. I just have to be breathing because this pandemic, this COVID is, that's the first thing it really attacks is your essence of breathing. So as long as I can breathe and I can talk, I can work everything else out. So
Mm-hmm.
I am definitely happy about that. So, Doctor, I'm glad to have you on. Glad to have you here
Yes,
as
yes.
every week. So, what's the mantra? Get us started.
Yes, my motto, of course, with this being the month of November and of course
Yes.
the month of my birthday, I am
Ah,
extremely thankful, thankful, thankful. And just there's just so much to be thankful for. As we always say, when you can't find something to be thankful, like you said, you're breathing.
mm-hmm,
You could be thankful for something as simple as that. You can open your eyes, you could see, or you could hear, you could smell.
mm-hmm.
Those are all the things we can be thankful for. And the reason why you want to be thankful is because when you learn to live in a thankful world, the world will send you more things to be thankful for.
Absolutely.
Right. And
Mm-hmm.
so, with our family and everything going on this season, I have a lot to be appreciative of. Everybody's still here. I'm very thankful. I know people who have lost loved ones, but I hadn't lost anyone really close to me. So I'm definitely appreciative of that, because, things like that are always challenging when we have to stop and just try to take care of some of these things that need to be addressed. And I just always, in the end, praise God, praise God, praise God, because, He is the reason for the season, for all seasons, for our
Yes.
existence, and if we just praise Him and thank Him, then we have to understand that He operates off of our praise. And
Mm.
so I like to make sure that He is always on the forefront. As soon as I rise out of the bed and put my feet on the floor, I'm always saying thank you, and I'm always
Mm.
appreciative, and I'm always praising God for what He's getting ready to send my way, and to praise me and to just bless me, and who He's going to send my way for me to send a blessing through. So
Mm.
I just
Wow.
appreciate all of that in such an amazing way, that you receive and you give. And that's what it's
Right.
all about, on a daily, consistently, constant basis, that you receive
Wow.
and you give. You receive and you give. And
Wow.
when you live in that space, nothing else really matters.
Right, right. Wow. I can definitely appreciate what you got going on. Hi, Shara. Good morning. Good morning
Good
to you, Shara.
morning.
And it's really, really, I can appreciate that mantra. I'm learning how to adopt that every day, and not just
Yes.
people just use Thursday as thankful Thursday. No, I'm thankful every day, and I'm appreciative every day. And I am, I'm alive and I feel good. I'm alert. I'm alive and I feel
Feel good. I love that. I'm alert, I'm alive,
good.
and I feel good. I got that from this guy. and he is like 89 years old.
Wow.
And
Okay
he
then.
does
Okay.
that every day. And I'm just always
Wow.
so excited and just ignited by him because he's like, I'm 89 years old. And, I just wake up, even if I don't feel like it. That's how you talk. Even if I don't feel like it, I still say I'm alert and I'm alive and I feel good. And I just love it. And you have to know that at
Wow.
89 years old, that has to have ignited some energy on the inside of him. And it's those
Absolutely.
little things that keep you thriving.
Yes, absolutely. I am
Mhm.
amazed at that. I'm definitely amazed at that. And again, thank you for the decisions that you've made to get you here.
Yeah.
Thank you for the sacrifices that you went through to be here. Because with your knowledge, listen, without what you've done, there's a lot of people currently today would be lost. There's a lot of people currently today without your essence of just standing in the gap to make the decisions to be the doctor that you are. A lot of us will be out here wondering to and fro on where to go. So thank you so much for those decisions. Now listen,
Right.
I do today. I wanted to add one or two like testimonials. I have some testimonials of how you've really
Okay.
helped some people, and I wanted to just kind of bring one or two in.
Okay.
Let's see what we got
Okay.
here. We're gonna bring in this one first.
Good morning. My name is Stephen Engelhardt. I'm an attorney here in
Okay.
Houston, Texas.
Absolutely.
I have a
Absolutely.
condition regarding
He is our
failure of my
latest and
kidneys because I
greatest
have some type of
testimony,
scar.
and he sent several.
He sent several. Okay, all right. Then we're gonna be bringing in a
Mhm.
couple of more. And what is his name? Do you remember his name?
So his name is Stephen Englehart.
Stephen Englehart, and he's an attorney out in Houston.
Yeah, he's a very high-end attorney here in Houston, drives all the finest, the latest, and the greatest, and he's just a character. He is such a character.
Oh yeah.
And he's always said, I want to give you a testimony. I want to give you a testimony. I was like, oh, go sit down and get your treatment done. And that's pretty amazing for him to actually come chase me down because to be honest with you, I never ask people for testimonies. I just don't. I just rely on God sending me who he needs to send me. Now, usually always when I get with marketers, such as yourself and others, they always were like, we're going to send you a link to get testimonies and blase this and blase that. And I'm like, oh,
Uh,
for what? But I do understand the rhyme or reason behind it, but I always allow the universe to send me who they need me to help. And now he's been in my building for 5 years, and he finally
wow.
stepped in and asked for help with his kidneys because he had been placed on the kidney transplant list
Oh
the
wow.
following month, 30 days
Okay.
from the day he stepped in my office. And he says, man, I need to do something about the kidneys. I've done everything I can done outside of, my realm in traditional medicine, but he had never tried alternative medicine.
Mm-hmm.
He had never
Wow.
tried natural medicine. He had never
Wow.
tried holistic medicine.
Wow.
Finally, he comes in my office, and like I told you, we're on the same hallway in our
Wow.
suites. He finally comes in my office and said, "You know what? This is my last resort." And I was like, my attitude was it should have been your first. That was my
Wow.
attitude.
Wow. Well, I got you. I
And
got you.
I say that wholeheartedly. I say that
Right.
in the humblest, most way possible.
Yes.
Is that when people are sick and they're not well, holistic and natural should be your first,
Right. Right. Right.
not your
Absolutely.
last. And the reason that is because after you've gone through and consumed your body with a lot of synthetic toxins and chemicals, now we have to work harder.
Hmm.
And you get upset and you criticize what we do because we have to work harder, because
Right.
we have to clear out all of the toxins that you've accumulated over the years. You
Mm.
see?
Right. I
So, but
understand.
we were in a 90-day window. We was able to really help him turn his kidney function around, and now his wife does not have to donate her kidneys to him.
Wow. Wow. Let's take a look and listen what he have to say. This is
Mhm.
amazing. Wow.
Good morning. My name is Stephen Engelhardt. I'm an attorney here in Houston, Texas. I have a condition regarding the failure of my kidneys because I have some type of scar tissue on my kidneys, and it's a condition that I cannot get rid of. So I sought out Dr. Fisher to help me and assist me and coach me in how to get my kidneys to function so that I didn't have to go on dialysis. I started treating with Dr. Fisher last year. I treated with her very heavily for about 6 months, and my condition completely reversed itself. I was at the time originally scheduled to be on dialysis, and my kidney function, my GFR, went from 25 down to 9. And at that point in time is when I sought out Dr. Fisher. And when you go down to 5 on your GFR is when you have to start with dialysis. I never got to dialysis. I was a candidate for a kidney transplant that my wife was going to be involved in as an exchange. And then I was able, based on treatment and Dr. Fisher's coaching, that I was able to reverse my kidney function so that it went up from 9 back to 32. I am very grateful to Dr. Fisher for her assistance in helping me amicably get this matter resolved. I continue to treat with Dr. Fisher on a monthly basis, prophylactically, to make sure that my kidneys continue to function in the capacity that they need to in order for me not to ever be on dialysis again. I'm very appreciative of Dr. Fisher and her assistance in coaching me to get me to do the things that I had to do in order to facilitate not being on dialysis. And one of the most important things is that I had to change my diet completely. I am no longer eating meat. I am pretty much a vegan, and I don't miss the meat after 9 or 10 months. And it's just something you have to get used to and accustomed to. And once you do it and you get into that mode, it's because of a life or death situation. You determine that you want to live a little bit longer. You choose the path of least resistance, which would be to get on a plant-based diet. And that has helped me tremendously. I've also lost 40 pounds as a result of that condition. And I think that has also helped me in my kidney facilitation, in my body. So I am very thankful to Dr. Fisher, and I will continue to treat with her probably the rest of my life.
Wow, that was an amazing testimony.
Yeah, he was probably one of my toughest clients because I had to fight with him. So for him to actually have a straight face and say I'm no longer eating meat, I was cracking up laughing in the background. Because when I say he fought me tooth and nail, like, can I just have a piece of fish? Let me just have a piece of something. Let me just have some. It was so funny. He was so funny. And I said, the answer is no. Right now. I didn't say forever. Right now.
Wow.
Right now.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah.
That
And
is
we have
amazing.
so many more like that I don't capture the testimony. Like I said, I think the only reason why I did his is because we wanted to just upgrade our website. So I was like, let me put some new testimonies on there, some recent ones, some current ones. So we wanted to make sure everything was fresh and new. But other than that, I usually don't go asking my clients for testimonies. Once they experience their experience, they usually share with their own peers or their community on their own. And that's how we've grown organically.
That's amazing. Like his, I know you and I off air had talked about his particular testimony. Now to be able to really listen to him, and to hear him, and to be able to put a face and name to the conversation is just really amazing. Because, your health care, the health care, like you and I, we're gonna do a show. Like I said last week, healthcare versus health maintenance. And I think it's very needed because people don't understand that true healthcare is the responsibility not on the doctor, but it's on the individual. And that is massively misunderstood. Health maintenance is more or less going to the doctor and they maintain the very issue at hand. But healthcare and true healthcare is the person taking the responsibility of listening to a real guided doctor to show you exactly not just taking care of that issue, but holistically taking care of your entire body.
Right.
That is an amazing. That's going to be a great conversation that we're going to have. But also, I wanted to great testimony. We got a few more. I know next week we're bringing another one.
Absolutely.
But what I wanted to do real quick, we want to talk a little bit about the holistic loyalty program a bit. And so what I'll do is we'll take a quick break from our sponsors, and then at that point in time, once we come back, then we'll talk about that, and then we'll wrap up. So
Okay.
again, welcome to Kouch, and it is brought to you by Standard Mag, the voice of the culture, and the oxygen to the entrepreneur, and KR3 & Co Enterprise, where we help businesses grow and grow securely. Give us 1 second. We'll be right back.
Life is filled with many unexpectancies. If something happened to you today, heart attack, cancer, stroke, or diagnosed with anything terminal, are you prepared for what's next? Only 1 out of 4 to 5 Americans have considered that life is unexpected, uncertain, and has some uncontrollable risk. Are you that 4 to 5 that hasn't taken action yet? Call right now for your free quote. Tomorrow's not promised. The protection of your legacy depends on what choice you make in this moment. Call right now.
Now, as being a holistic doctor, what are maybe a one little trinket of information that you can give us on how to make sure that we stay connected to our health in the time of a pandemic?
We need to be drinking water and exercising.
Okay.
That's the best thing I can tell people. If they don't want to do anything and they don't want to pay for anything, you must be exercising. It's not negotiable anymore.
Gotcha.
It's not negotiable anymore, because exercising is what helps balance the hormones. It helps detox the body. It helps improve circulation. It's the best way to continue to build bones. It's the best way to help build your immune system. So that's the one token you can do to help improve your system while we're dealing with this virus. And you must drink water, and the water does not need to have sugar or additives, and water does not mean alcohol, juices, Kool-Aid. You know how growing up we used to have that red Kool-Aid.
Absolutely.
It does not include any of that. It's just water.
Lit Chat. Now your words have fire.
All right, we're back. We're back. Back with the great
Awesome.
back with the great Dr. LaTronica Fisher. And again, thank you so much for being here on Thursday. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for your ministry.
Absolutely. Thank you. So we're going to talk real briefly before we wrap up about the loyalty program, the holistic loyalty program. Tell us a little bit why. Tell us a little bit about it, and why did you start this?
So basically, in a nutshell, the loyalty program was basically birthed out of the whole situation with COVID. And it was a means of finding a way that people can maintain their health without there being a struggle with cost, about there being a concern with cost, or, because right now there, in the meantime, there was a lot of people, just disgruntled about employment, losing jobs, houses, just basic foundational needs, people were struggling with. And so we wanted to figure out, how can people maintain their health through this time and not have to wrestle with being sick at the same time, deal with financing and paying the light bill and keeping a roof over your head, feeding the children. So this is where the loyalty reward program was birthed out of, because what we were seeing was that people would come in, they would get what they need, and then after 3 months we didn't see them again, and in 3 months they were sick again. So they
Mm,
would get what they needed. Then after 30 days of taking it, in that second month, they start spiraling down, getting sick again. And then come month 3, they're having to spend all this money again
mm,
just to get their health back. So my thing is I think it's more important to maintain your health than to always be fighting to get it back.
mm,
I just think it's easier to maintain it. I know that's a different concept and that's a different frame of how people need to look at their health. But
mhm.
the ability to be able to maintain your health, I think, needs to be at the forefront of prioritizing what's important in your life. And
Right.
so,
Okay.
a lot of times, what I find, even with my clients now, I don't see when they're doing great and they're doing well and they're just moseying along. I don't see them. When
Mm.
they show up, when they're sick.
When they get sick.
When they get sick. I had a client in here the other day and I said, "Where you been? I hadn't seen you in about 6 months." She said, "Girl, I was wilding out. I was just feeling so good and I was having a good time. My hormones was balanced and I was just out there just drinking with my friends every week out there drinking. Now I got all these spots on me and I got this and that and what have you." And I'm just like, okay. So now what we do is we start all over again, right?
Wow.
Detox and cleansing. But I mean, maybe it's just a personal choice. That's from my heart to yours and anybody
Hmm.
who's listening. I
Right.
just think it's so much easier to just maintain your health along the way. Yeah, your life is a little boring, but guess what? I'm quite okay with being bored. You know?
Wow.
Because it is boring to maintain your health and not be sick throughout the year and just you
Right.
just hear everybody else's issues and they're like, "Well, how is it you never get sick?" Well, because I'm maintaining throughout the year.
Yes, I mean that
Yeah.
it is a, trade-off. Certain things, yes, we want to enjoy, we want to indulge in a little bit, but there is a consequence for everything that you're doing. So, maybe you want to, minimize some of the choices and some of the activities that you're doing so it won't jeopardize or compromise your health. And so with the loyalty program, kind of break down a little bit of what we're getting with the program.
So basically, with the program, is that we've broken it down to where you are actually, for a very, very small amount, which is 130 PV, you are receiving products and services every single month.
Wow.
Every
Wow.
month for 130 PVs. And if you want to add your spouse to it, it's 180 PV. And what
Wow.
that means is, when I say products and services, that means that in terms of the products, you are going to receive some botanical. And also, we have a Life Vitality Pack, which actually has vitamins and minerals, essential fatty acids. There are different products you could receive based on what your needs are. I'm a
Mm.
big fan of the essential oils, but there's also vitamins and minerals, things for pain. All of that's included in your program based on what your health challenges are. That's why we generally prefer to talk to you to find out what some of your challenges are. But what you do is you have the ability to get some of the products you need. You have the ability to have a nutritional consult with me via in person, telephone, or Zoom. And you also have the ability to have your body analyzed just to make sure everything is good. And with our Quest test, which I'll show you the machine. I think
Yes.
Kay likes to see this
I
machine.
love it. Yes. Show it.
This is our little Quest test to help us analyze everything that's
I
going
love
on
that.
with your
That's cool.
body. And what we do is basically, when you send your samples, we place your samples right on top of the box. We turn it on, and it basically assesses the cells and the DNA sample. And that's how we're able to determine what's going on in your body that may be out of balance. So all
That
of
is
this,
awesome.
plus if you are local or you travel to the area, you have the ability to come in and get a vitamin C drip. You have the ability to come in and alternate that with the ozone, which is an oxygen drip. All of this included, guys. Now, if you were to pay retail for that, you're looking at about upward of about $600 for all of those
Ooh.
treatments, which is what our
Ooh.
clients have been paying. And that is what our clients pay that are not in the program. They
Wow.
come in, they usually, on an average receipt for us usually is about $500-$600.
Wow.
Some more than that if they
Wow.
take advantage of all the service. But imagine having to try to do that every single month.
Wow.
right?
Wow.
The only ones
Wow.
who actually have to do that every month are the ones who really let their health get out of control. And
Wow.
they have cancer, or now they're struggling, or like with my testimony, they have kidney issues. They're the ones who do have to spend way more than that every single month. Why? Because it's a matter of life or death. I
Wow.
don't want my clients to get to that point. So we wanted to create something that would allow you to be able to maintain your health throughout the year.
Okay then.
Okay. And so 130 PVs relatively equates to about 130 a month. It usually ends up being a little bit more because of the shipping of your products. Usually, I think it's $3.99 for shipping of your products to you every single month. You have the ability to go into your back office and change it if you want something different, if you want some for pain, if you want some for gut health, if you want your vitamins and minerals, you have the ability to change that, and you get all of that for that same price.
Wow. Okay, then yeah, we had Veronica ask, was it 130 a month? So you answered the question.
Right.
So I really appreciate that, and I wanted to real before we go touch on one or two oils, but I wanted to say my mom is a part of the program, and
Mhm.
her and I talk every day,
Mhm.
and I'm just astounded on and graciously surprised, not surprised, but I'm thankful on how much she's learned over the course of the time from learning about essential oils and really
Mhm.
diving in even deeper. She was already, on the cusp of doing a lot of natural things already, but diving in a deeper sense, being a part of the program,
Mhm.
giving me some conversation about how she's been feeling. She's I know you've directed her towards sea moss for a couple of different things, and she's really diving in deep and learning and really adjusting. And she, I mean, just a testimonial from last week, she felt so good that she started to cry because she hadn't felt that good like that in years. And she just kept saying it, and she just really had some tears, man, because she felt so good. And so I'm thankful for that.
And
And
what I'm thankful for your mother about, not to cut you
you're
off,
good.
is that
You're good.
one of the things with your mother is very teachable, and I love that. But she was also scared at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So when
Yep.
I talked to her about a week and a half ago, she still wasn't taking it the way I suggested she take it.
Yep.
So the fact that you said she's feeling so good now tells me that she may have went ahead and allowed herself
Mm-hmm.
to take it the way I suggested
Mm-hmm.
that she take it. She
Mm-hmm.
was kind of creeping,
Yep.
creeping.
That's how she does.
And I
She'll do it
said,
like
no, 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 no,
that.
no. I need you all in.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I need you all in. I promise you, I'm not going to hurt you. Everything is 100% plant-based. We don't use animal glandulars. I need you all in, because if you feeling good now, you've seen an improvement. Just imagine where you could be if you took it the way I prescribed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it listening to you, it sounds like she allowed herself to move forward.
Well, she's feeling great. Like I know
Mhm.
yes, a lot of things, few things that was bothering her is not
Mhm.
even, an issue anymore. And so,
Mhm.
like I said, I'm not just people that are listening and also that does the replay here. This
Mhm.
is not this is not a gimmick or a joke. I'm personally
Mhm.
involved. So,
Yes.
this is an amazing thing. And so before we go, there's a couple of oils. I know my mom used the essential oils as a part of the
Mhm.
program.
Mhm.
Here's another testimony. She had a small space on her stomach that she needed to get healed. So she went to the doctor. They provided her to some medication, synthetic medication. It went away for a day or two and came back. But after her learning how to deal with the um, essential oils, she created her own concoction and understood what was going on. And now the whole space is gone. So just kind of tell us a little bit about, maybe one or two of the properties of the essential oils before we go.
So the basically what I think is the essence of what people want to understand when we talk about essential oils. Essential oils are basically natural extracts
Mm,
of plants, flowers, resins, roots of plants, rinds. That is what essential oils are, so that people really understand what are essential oils. They're all natural, plant-based, and it's probably by far one of the oldest forms of medicine to man.
Mm.
Okay.
Wow.
But somehow when we go in the store, it's just kind of sitting over in the luxury area where people use it or they may not. But
Right.
what we have to understand is that all oils are not created equal.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
What we support and we promote are certified pure
Mm.
essential oils, and
Mm.
they have some of the most profound effects. And the reason why I'm a huge advocate is because, as many of you who've been following Case Couch now know, that a few years ago I was diagnosed with eczema, which is a
Mm.
very horrifying skin problem. And
Mm-hmm.
when I went to the doctor, I had skin issues from head to toe. My entire body, my skin, everything was just broken, torn. I couldn't function anymore. It was hard for me to even just see clients. I was really, really struggling, and very much so in a dark place.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did was I went to the doctor. They diagnosed me with it. And I said, how did I end up with eczema? I've never had eczema as a kid. And they say you can get it in your 40s and you can get it in your 60s. It's just really, really severe dry skin. But what the conclusion was that they came to was the only thing they do for that is give you steroids. And I
Mm.
refuse to begin on a vicious cycle for the rest of my life of taking steroids,
Mm.
because of all the dangers of steroids. And I know what it would do to my system. And I had children that depend on me financially. And I knew I wasn't ready to check out early.
Mm.
So I had to get tough. I
Mm.
had to get tough after I got out of my misery, right? Because that's what
Mm-hmm.
we do. We go through this dark place, and
Right.
somehow, hopefully, you get out of there sooner than later. But I came out swinging. I was like, this is not going to take me down, because it's a horrible feeling. Most people think when you look at somebody, you're just scratching and that's all it is. But it's horrible. It's like the
Mm.
inside of your body is eating its way out, and it's
Ooh.
just terrible. So
Ooh.
because I didn't want to take steroids, I said, you're going to figure this out. Maybe this is your testimony. Maybe this is what God is giving you to give to the world. So what I did was I started just putting different combinations of things together. Okay, I said, because I always said, if I could just stop the itching, I could survive. If I could just stop the itching, I could survive. And that's
Mm.
what I did. I came up with 100% using essential oils, guys. I put some
Wow.
combinations of essential oils together, and boom, it was
Wow.
born. The itching stopped, and then I figured out, okay, which combination of oils can I use in my lotion? So when I get out the tub, this is what I use to stop itching. This is what I use to eventually moisturize my skin,
Wow.
and then the journey was born from there. And so my thing is that essential oils have been used for so long. They've been created to help us with our health, and a lot of times what people don't realize is that many of the essential oils have many of them, the strongest antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal properties found today on the planet. And keep in mind that all antibiotics, many, have essential oils in them, and plant extracts. And so what they had to do in our traditional allopathic world is add something else to it so they can patent it and sell it through insurance companies. But what if
Mm.
you can just take the supplement by itself without having all the synthetic additives to it? So keep it in mind that there are so many different ways it could be used. You can put, for someone who may be having issues with their hair, just something simple, two things. You could put rosemary and tea tree in your shampoo.
Mm.
So just imagine it could be: rosemary, tea tree, peppermint. You put it in your hair, and it just kind of helps soothe and tingle your scalp. It just makes it feel phenomenal. So
Wow.
there are just so many ways you can use it for your skin. I put it on my skin every morning. I don't have on any makeup. This only
Wow.
thing I have on is lipstick, and all of this is essential oils. And that's what I
Wow.
use on my skin. That's what I use. And
Wow.
so it helps you with your health if you're having an infection, anything. There's just so many different components to it that makes a huge difference.
Wow. Listen, we can probably do a show just on oils alone, but I know we're gonna have to wrap up. But listen, Doc, this is
Mhm.
amazing. Like, this is amazing. And just to
I
touch
just think it
on
was
that.
important to show to help for people to understand my testimony
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
how I 100% avoided steroids and really cleared up my skin with just essential oils.
That is amazing, Doc. That is an amazing thing. But I want everybody to know before we wrap up, I want everybody to know that this information and other information that you get on almost an unlimited basis when you're part of the loyalty program, you get a chance to talk with the doctor, you get a chance to connect with her staff, and also position yourself on the road to wellness. You know, we're going to do a show, healthcare versus health maintenance. We're going to do that.
Mhm.
That is going to happen. And you're understanding more that healthcare is really the responsibility of the patient. Health maintenance is when the doctors come in and deal with that one little situation. Holistic is your responsibility, it's our responsibility as a people to do that, because if we put our life and the responsibility of our life in someone else's hands, listen, all the turnout sometimes won't be what it's supposed to be. So I am so thankful of having you, Dr. Fisher, being here. We have a couple of people that said a couple of things. Veronique, she's out in California, and
Awesome.
she asked a question. So can I get rid of curology? I'm not sure what that is. Curology.
Yeah, there's very few things I don't know, but that one I'm gonna have to look that one up. Veronique, give me a call. We do free 15-minute phone consults. Give me a call so I can investigate that one. I like challenges.
That is cool. Yeah, Veronique. Thanks for the question. So listen, I want everybody to know, please give her a call. Free 15-minute consultation, 713-520-8188. 713-520-8188. And here it is. She said acne treatment.
Oh, okay. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, listen. So make sure, Veronique, give her a call, talk with her, ask the questions, and listen. So everybody, I want you guys to know again. We kind of went over a little bit of time, but this is exciting. I want you guys to know that Dr. LaTronica is an amazing doctor. She's amazing, confidant concerning your health. And listen, you get a chance to connect with her, and some of these remedies, the remedies that you got a chance to listen to, our personal testimony. Listen, she can, talk to you about yours. So be a part, listen in, talk. The conversation I'm giving you about my mom is a real conversation. The case study that we got a chance to listen to, the testimonial from the attorney out in Houston, great. And this is real stuff, real situation. So listen, everybody, thank you for being a part. Before we go, Doc, is there anything else that you would like to say?
No, I think the thing is your health is your wealth, and I encourage people to really stand up for your health. Stand up. Right now, we live in a very congested world. It's so congested, and if you have to pick and choose what you're going to do with your resources, you have to be the answer to you. And that's the first thing you should do. Look in the mirror and make sure your resources go on you. And I'm not talking about no purse and no bag and no shoes. I'm talking about the inside of you. Wow. Guys, we are up against so much. So I just highly encourage you to make you a priority.
Oh, that is amazing. Listen, make you a priority, because at the end of the day, it starts with you and it ends with you. As I say all the time, love life and live love. You only have one. So we'll talk to you guys next week. All right, Doc, hang out with me for a few seconds after the outro. All right, we'll talk to you guys next week. Be cool.